Hello everyone, and welcome to my Coronation Street official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bethany gets news that alters her life. Daniel not only alerts Sarah to the seriousness of Bethany's condition but also lets her know that she won't be able to leave the country until her medical fees are paid because of problems with her travel insurance. Sarah gets some news that will change Bethany's life as she begins to recover consciousness. Just before Mason appears, Betsy, Dylan, and Mason talk about the news of Mason's release. Gary rushes in, seizes Mason, and pins him against the wall after getting a message from Liam. Just in time, Stu shows in and removes Gary. Mason receives an apology from Stu for not believing him, and Stu offers Mason his job back. Is Mason starting over now? At another scene, Lauren tells Dee Dee that she has been tracking Joel using a tracker app and that he has spent a lot of time at an industrial park and a field. To make matters worse, he recently placed $5,000 into her account without giving her any reason. What is Joel getting himself into? Tyrone gets a text from the school today as he gets ready to celebrate Fizz's 40th birthday at the cafe. When Hope's covert vaping habit is made public, what will Tyrone and Fizz say? At last, when the arrangements for Paul's memorial rave get underway, Gemma notices that Kit has not yet confirmed whether or not they can close the street. Can Kit pull a few strings with her? In these new photos, Bethany Platt from Coronation Street is fighting for her life. New images from Coronation Street's cosmetic surgery plot show Bethany Platt battling for her life. It was recently confirmed that the soap opera will be examining the plot, which follows Bethany, who is insecure about her appearance and travels to Turkey for cosmetic surgery despite the procedure's potentially fatal repercussions. Carla makes a suggestion that Daniel and Daisy might get back together with Bethany out of the way in new scenes that will premiere next week, but Sarah brushes it off. After seeing Daisy, Daniel goes back to his room and finds a call from a Turkish number. Then he informs Sarah that they must go to the intensive care unit right now since Bethany has been admitted there. They find out when they get to Turkey that Bethany has a serious infection. Daniel also informs Sarah that due to problems with her travel insurance, Bethany won't be allowed to leave the country until her medical bills are settled. Later, as Bethany comes to, Sarah breaks some news that will change her life. After talking with Daisy, Daniel chooses later in the week to launch a crowdsourcing page in order to cover Bethany's medical expenses. But things become worse for Bethany. Sarah discovers her in a terrible situation, gasping for air. Actress Lucy Fallon, who plays Bethany, recently shared details about the plot, saying that it does come with quite a lot of pressure and responsibility to get it right, because this happens to real-life people. The plotline was developed in partnership with Colostomy UK. There are a ton of terrifying stories out there about people discussing their experiences having cosmetic surgery done abroad, so the plot is also really important, she added. I sincerely hope that this plot will cause people to reconsider traveling overseas for cosmetic surgery. Complete information on Bethany's major plot is confirmed by Coronation Street. The entire plot of Bethany Platt's impending plotline, in which she must confront the risks associated with cosmetic surgery, has been disclosed by Coronation Street. It was revealed last month that Bethany would soon start to feel self-conscious about her appearance and that she would go to Turkey for cosmetic surgery, which would have grave repercussions. The plot will start with Debbie giving Bethany a new position that involves writing and advertising for a business that provides cosmetic surgery. Following her acceptance of the position, Bethany makes the decision to experience the firm firsthand and chooses to undergo a liposuction operation at the clinic. However, the treatment ends tragically as she is rushed to the hospital due to sepsis. After a call from the hospital, her boyfriend Daniel quickly heads to the airport, where Bethany learns that the bungled procedure will leave her permanently dependent on a stoma. To make matters worse, Bethany omitted to disclose the operation when filling out her travel insurance, leaving the family scrambling as they try to acquire funds in order to get her discharged from hospital. The topic is significant, and I really enjoy working on issue-based themes, so when I first heard about it, I was happy that they trusted me with it, said Lucy Fallon, who made her stage debut as Bethany in 2015. It's obvious that this is extremely intense, which is thrilling for an actor, but because this actually occurs to real people, there is a lot of pressure to perform well. The plot is also quite significant because there are a ton of terrifying tales online about people discussing their experiences having cosmetic surgery performed in other countries. I sincerely hope that this plot will cause people to reconsider having cosmetic surgery abroad. Giovanni Sink, marketing and campaigns manager at Colostomy UK, released a statement following the announcement. The plot was devised in conjunction with Colostomy UK to ensure the highest accuracy and sensitivity. He declared, "We're very excited that a major character living with a stoma will be featured in one of the UK's most popular TV shows." Despite the fact that public awareness has increased significantly in recent years due to certain celebrities disclosing that they have undergone surgery, the difficulties faced by the more than 200,000 people in the UK who have stomas are not as well known. This indicates that neither society nor any individual is as aware as they ought to be of the decisions that can be made to enhance their quality of life. It is our sincere hope that Bethany's journey will significantly contribute to audience education and the development of a more stoma-aware UK. Working on this piece alongside the Coronation Street backstage crews has also been a delight. Betsy Swain of Coronation Street will be exposed regarding Mason Radcliffe. Next week, Mason Radcliffe of Coronation Street will return to the cobbles following the revelation of the facts surrounding the recent speed doll theft. Mason, fresh off his most recent time in Young Offenders, sets off an enraged confrontation in an attempt to settle some scores. Betsy Swain lost it last month after Mason repeatedly turned her down romantically. The disruptive teenager took her revenge by planting a customer's pocketbook inside Mason's jacket at Speed Doll. When Mason understood that Betsy had set him up, he was embarrassed, but no one took his denials of guilt seriously. Mason was returned immediately to Young Offenders to serve further time, since he was still on parole after the knife crime event with Liam Connor. Dylan Wilson will be pressing Betsy to reveal who is truly responsible for the purse incident next week. Dylan decides to take matters into his own hands and tells his father Sean Tully the truth after Betsy declines. Betsy, Dylan, and Liam get together later in the week to talk about the announcement of Mason's release. Mason does, in fact, show up quickly to face his adversaries. Thankfully, Liam doesn't take long to alert his stepfather Gary Windass, who intervenes by grabbing Mason to end the argument. Stu Carpenter is on the scene quickly as well, removing Gary from Mason to demonstrate his true allegiance. Stu offers Mason his job back and apologizes for not trusting him, feeling awful about how things ended last month. Mason appears to get in more trouble later in the week when he shows up for work at Speed Doll with a black eye. He says he had a brain injury in an accident. Mason needs somewhere to stay, so he sneaks back inside the restaurant after it closes and takes out his sleeping bag that evening. Will Yasmeen and Stu discover just how much he still struggles? These scenes will be aired on Coronation Street starting on Monday, September 23rd.